2, and we're here. Yeah. But yeah, guys, welcome to a quick little mini-sode reaction thingy for Sunset City. We have a lot of thoughts about Sonic Origins, which just dropped a trailer, and we're going to talk a little bit more detail for our actual episode, but I wanted to talk with these gentlemen about our initial reactions, because it's, man, I am mixed. I call the green and black one. Oh, shit, hang on. Your audio's not on. Hang on, guys. I forgot. Every time I set up something for us here, I go into Sunset City, I have to redo things. Yeah, sorry. Hang on, guys. I'm fixing it up. Jesus. Where is it coming out of?
Do this.
Oh my god.
Okay.
There we go.
I think we're fine now. Okay.
Okay, so we do a test.
All right, test. How we doing, everybody?
This is so fucking embarrassing, man. I hate you guys.
Oh, it's fine.
I feel tested.
I keep forgetting that. This is really frustrating. Like, anytime, like, Suris, you do this way more often than I do. Anytime I go to the Sunset City account instead of my my Twitch for my channel, it completely forgets what audio I'm using for something. It's obnoxious as hell.
If you've got it set to automatically go to default, then it'll randomly grab like the wrong audio devices all the time. It's agitating.
Yeah. Well, we did miss a whole lot outside of a cute little joke from.
I'm gonna do it again. You know what? Screw it. I'm gonna do it again. We should wear some Eggman outfits because we're gonna be the villains of the whole Sonic community after this episode.
I called the green and black one.
Oh, you guys are.
Actually, I'm glad we're going back to it now, because now I wanted to say, because I was looking at Suris's avatar, and I was like, well, what could he wear? And I was like, he should have a bra that looks like the butt of Adventures of Sonic
the Hedgehog robot, Nick.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then what's little Wallace gonna wear?
I'm gonna be the nice one, so I don't know if I'm gonna be part of the villain party.
Oh no, you're dressed as Agent Stone.
He's Shadow, anti-hero.
He's Agent Stone.
He's either going to be Agent Stone, or we're going to get the Jim Cummings Robotnik.
I am on the cutting edge of coming.
I am on the cutting edge of Jim Cumming.
We did hit a super chat, and it won't let me scroll up. What is the deal with that? That's.
I already
got
it.
Oh, thank you.
Our faithful secretary.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get a lot of defensive people here, because I woke up and the three of you were already talking about this, and Pup gave me a warning, like, hey Nick, just so you know, like, when we do an episode on Friday, let's try not to just butt heads over this. I don't think we're gonna be on the same page. And I thought he was gonna be like way more positive, because usually Pup is the more positive of the two of us when it comes to projects and stuff like that. And then he was like, I got some negative things to say about this. I was like, dude, fuck this to death. I was like, oh, never mind, we're on the same page.
No, I figured you'd be like, we've at last got Sonic 3 and Knuckles officially re-released in 16:9. I figured that would just be enough to, keep you happy and stuff. So I didn't know what was going to happen, and it was going to be like, Pup, you're biased. You were okay with Sonic Colors Ultimate. Now that it's a 2D game, even though Sonic Colors is a 2D game, now you suddenly have a problem, and it's, okay, so admittedly, I've wised up to a few things here and there, and there's definitely things I didn't want to see repeated from Colors Ultimate going through to this next remaster project. So, shall we go around the table then and just give our initial thoughts?
Sure.
Pretty much.
Anything else?
The worst thing about this is the price tag. Like, that's too much to charge for what they're offering here. And I know that a ton of work has gone into making this happen, but it doesn't change the fact that the product is ultimately quite a lot of been there, done that, with a lot of fluff and padding on top. And I think we're missing out on the potential to make truly the ultimate versions of these games by going just a little deeper than the technical aspects, but we'll save that for later. What say you, Nick?
Yeah, we should probably save that for later. But yeah, my initial thought is I like everything that I saw. I hate the distribution and price point. It is greedy, exploitive bullshit, and I'm not going to pretend it's otherwise, and I'm not going to make any bones about it, and I'm not going to do any compromise about it. This is bullshit. This is not okay. This is some AAA fucking greedy garbage, and they're putting it on a compilation of old video games. That is unacceptable to me. I do not like it. So that's my thoughts.
I think I mirror both of those thoughts. I think the other thing is that the marketing for this is one of the most confused messes I could think of. There are no less than 5 versions of this game available for order, and each of them unlocks certain things in the game. And as far as I can tell, all of these things are available in all versions. It's just whether or not they're unlocked initially, or if you have to get them with coins.
Okay. No, sorry. Go ahead and finish.
Yeah, that. Go on. Sorry.
So that's one issue with me. It's like, hey, do you want to pay to unlock these things? Oh, well, you may or may not be able to get them. Who knows? Our marketing team is not being super transparent about this.
It's not entirely true. They have actually. So basically, the thing that's unlockable is the mirror mode, and it even says like mirror mode unlocked as the bonus. Everything else you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to fork out for the extra DLC.
Okay,
basically.
so you actually.
The weird thing is that there are only 2 versions of this game. One is $40, the other is $45. The $5 price difference is the DLC that's split into different DLC packs that you see in the chart there. One DLC pack has like a bunch of added little features on it, like, you know, the little animated characters on menus or whatever, because they had to separate that out to make it a separate pricing point. The camera controls for the 3D models in the menu, like, it's weird. It's weird. It's weird.
Some of the weirdest DLC ever. It's like this 3D model that you see in the background of the menu screen. Well, if you pay a little extra, you can turn it around. How's that for you?
It's so blatant, like just the piecemealing of like, well, what are we going to put on it to make people pay extra?
The thing I think is the absolute worst thing,
like,
is
here's the thing with the camera controls on those islands, right? You know what they could have done with that would have made us actually happy? Given us like a Sonic Jam model to walk around those islands. We don't, as YouTubers, I'm sure that there's a bunch of creative ideas that come with, I can camera control around, you know, Green Hill and get some shots of stuff. But for most people, it's like, oh, cool, I can look around this island once ever.
I have to wonder why they built all these assets if there was...
It feels like fluff to attempt to justify the $50 price tag. Sorry, go on, Wallace. I'll get the next one.
I was gonna say my whole thing with it is that, like, I feel like if they had dropped the announcement today and they said, hey, it's here for $40 or $45, even if they had said $45 and there was no like splitting up of any of those features and they weren't like cutting stuff out, I wouldn't have batted an eye. I gotta be honest, the $45 price tag does not bother me. It's just like the way that they're handling it is fucking. It's not. I'm not upset about it. I'm just confused because I'm like, why bother?
I mean, the thing I'll say about the price point is that like this game is a compilation of the 3 existing Whitehead ports. From what I can understand, from what it looks like we're getting Sonic 1-2 CD, the Whitehead ports. The Whitehead ports on mobile cost around about £3, around about that. So it kind of feels baffling to me that it's like, okay, put those together, that's £9. Where's that extra fucking 30 come from? That can't just be Sonic 3 and Knuckles alone. And it's like, if not having 3D islands would knock something off of the price, I'd probably take it.
I don't understand why this is so why this is priced the way it is. It doesn't make.
I could tell you.
It makes sense. It makes sense from the perspective of like Sega going, hey, they'll buy it. We know they'll buy it. But
I do see somebody trying to make the point that is like, oh, it doesn't count if it's in the App Store. Okay, then let's try something different. How much does it cost to get Sonic 1 or Sonic 2 on Sega Ages for, say, the Switch?
The thing
All
there,
right,
though,
if we want to play that
no, how
game,
does
then
they're
yeah,
not
they're
anywhere
like,
near. They're not anywhere near as
though?
intricately made, though. To be fair, the reason I listed the iOS
How
ones is
does it
because
not count? That's my
yeah,
Oh, I'm
How
just
does it
saying.
not
I'm not
count?
saying it doesn't count. I'm just saying if people want to play that ball game, then sure, let's play ball. Step up. Like, come on, tell me how much does it cost on this freaking Switch?
the other thing I just also wanted to say is I think the most egregious part of the DLC is the hard mode missions. A lot of people are telling me, "Oh, but Pup, there's missions." We know what Sonic missions are like. In like Sonic Forces, jump in a Sonic stage, stuff like that. And we've seen in the trailer it says like, "Oh yeah, kill 2 caterpillars within a certain time frame and reach the goal." So it's not. I think some people are expecting you get like a mini zone to run through with a new little objective. It's not going to be that. It's going to be
glorified achievements.
yeah. It's
And we've had
achievements, and it's like
achievements for like 15 years.
if you're going to have DLC downloadable content, I feel like it should be content, not functionality, not fucking prompts with congratulatory screens at the end. It should be actual content. And there's ways they could do it. I would say if they really want to actually, justify the price tag and justify some DLCs, get an emulator in there so we can play Sonic Spinball, so we can play some Saturn titles, so we can play other stuff. No, they're not going to be in the same kind of realm as the Origins collection part of it, but you could have it in a separate menu. Just be like Sonic Arcade or something,
It's also kind of weird that for a while we were in this realm where like Nintendo was the one screwing up compilations and Sega was doing really well with all of their stuff, and we were just like, Nintendo, come on, look at what Sega's doing. Please look at what Sega's doing. And now they're just like, well, I mean, they spent a whole bunch of money on an emulator package for 3D All-Stars. Let's do it.
Also, I want to get out the scroll of truth, the map of morality for the live chat, and it's something we're following ourselves. We're aware there's going to be some disagreement. Some people are going to be happy about the game. Some people are going to have the reservations that we have. Our policy is we might disagree with you, but we'll be respectful and understanding towards your end of things. Nothing I'm trying to say is objective. So we'd really appreciate if, even if you disagree, try not to belittle what we have to say, because you know how YouTube is.
And it's also worth stating, this is not us reviewing the game. We can't do that until we've actually gotten our hands on it, and I'm still holding out hope that there's something in there to surprise us that they haven't shown off. I feel like that's a little bit foolish considering the fact that we also had the same hope for Sonic Colors Ultimate, and that was not really the case. But I'm not... if only to speak for myself, I'm not trying to give a hard, this is how I feel about this title. I'm just talking about how I feel about the marketing today.
So, my core concerns are not like the content itself, like I've said time and again. So if you guys are fine paying the price for that, that's on you. Like I said, if they just put this on a package, put a disc, like if we had like a solid disc that we could put all the shit onto, I'd be more accepting of this price point. As it is, I'm not. I don't think this is a fair price.
Only, isn't it?
It is digital only. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, for now, anyway.
That
that
knocks me off though, because I know that inevitably I'm probably going to pre-order it. Like that's the sad part. Is even in spite of my reservations,
I'm going to have to. Yeah.
I'm in a position where it will be greatly beneficial for me to order it. I don't agree with the business practices, but it's something that, I'm unfortunately not going to be the kind of person that can vote with their wallet in this case, or will vote with their wallet in this case, because it's just within my realm of interest,
So yeah,
but
let me finish my point.
Go on, yeah.
So what I just need to tell the chat here is this is where I'm going to be pushing back on all of you guys. Like we've said 1,000 times, it's not a developer problem. Like if Ian Flynn worked on the cutscenes or anything like that, all the extras sound really cool, and I'm glad they're taking the care and time with these precious games. They're recreating the most important game that I've ever played in my life. But I'm not going to be playing Corporate Apologist. You don't need to be either. They're a big company. They're making their money. They can afford to sell it at a more reasonable cost. and not pull this bullshit off on you. And the only reason they keep getting away with it is because we keep buying it and we keep defending it. That's not... You don't need to do that. They've been pulling this shit off for years. Everyone seems to forget what happened when they re-released Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on the Xbox 360. They made the battle stuff a separate DLC on top of the $20 you already had. Or it was like $14.99. That was like $20 for all of it together. It was something like that. I don't remember. But they keep...
And the port jobs were awful as hell.
Yeah, they shouldn't be stringing along our nostalgia and piecemealing it out like this. Like, I genuinely feel like they put this chart out here to confuse people, so when we have other people defending, oh, well, it's actually not as bad as it says, like, then you're going to be more accepting of the bullshit they are feeding you. Like, that is an actual business tactic. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but that is what businesses do. So, I don't know, man. Like I keep saying, I loved everything I saw. I can afford a $45 price point. I think that you can justify it in your head like these games are worth that money. Sure. Understandable. But it should be better. These games deserve better. The fan base deserves better. Simple as that. And if they're going to be going a collector's thing, or if it's like we're trying to preserve these games, then put it on a fucking disc. Jesus.
That actually gives me kind of an interesting point that I wanted to kind of talk about like preservation and the anniversary mode thing. Like, for starters, it's happening again. Like, they did anniversary mode with like Sonic 1 Genesis GBA, and no, I'm not comparing it to like that, but it is this where it's like anniversary mode. What new things will it bring? It's this tiny little baby ooey fucking little additions and stuff that don't really change the game. And anniversary mode here is you've got a 16:9 aspect ratio and the live system's ditched. All things that I think should have been toggle switches in the options.
Yeah.
If they were going to do a separate mode. And this is the thing, is they're kind of boasting this as this is the definitive versions of these games. These are the ones that will, carry the legacy going on into the future. And I think Sega should have the balls to admit these games aren't perfect. Like, especially not Sonic 1. I think they should preserve the originals, have them available in 16.9 and 4.3, but also have the anniversary versions where they actually go in a bit deeper, kind of bring Sonic 1 and 2 up to the standard of Sonic 3 with the little integrated cutscenes and storytelling, elemental shields, power-ups, and, maybe while you're at it, fix some of the level design in Sonic 1 so it's actually fun. But, like, I understand that's a big animal, but when you're putting this out there and saying that these are, like, the ultimate definitive versions and stuff, I don't think preservation is enough. I personally feel they should take advantage of the possibility of making the absolute best possible versions of these games that capitalize on every bit of potential that they once had. Give me playable Ray and Mighty, for example, or playable Amy. Where the fuck is playable classic Amy?
I don't like being forced to just not have lives. I mean, so much of those games were built around that back in the day. It doesn't make sense to me.
I saw somebody, some asshat on Twitter was just like, oh, finally they're sticking it to the boomers who have yet to understand that lives mean nothing. I'm like, well, they mean nothing in a lot of recent games, but in games that are built around them, they're actually pretty dang meaningful.
I think
it's part of the.
I think our race on our 50th, like regardless of how heated or stupid or whatever got near the end there, I think that kind of goes to show like you can make them work if it's properly put in there. I mean, I guess the classic mode keeps it the way it is, but also
then you also lose the aspect ratio.
Yeah,
I mean, I would say
give us the choice. That's it.
I'll give the counter to this one. I definitely don't think that these games pivot that much on the live system. Like, there's plenty of difficulty in these games as it is without the bullshit of being sent back to the very beginning of either the zone or the stage or the game in general.
But you then remove so much of what was built in there. The extra lives, the 100 ring count, all these extra things. Like, where's
I also think lives only don't matter to you if you already know how to play the game.
Exactly.
Lives
like they're kind of negligible. Also, I think a lot of people in the chat here are saying that there have been screenshots showing that there are lives in the widescreen version. I guess we'll just have to see when it comes out.
Yep,
but like,
I guess so.
I will Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
I just wanted to like, if I can throw any positives on there again. I'm looking forward to this a lot. I've been looking forward to it for a while, and I'm and like my thing is like, not only am I inevitably going to buy it, I know that when I'm due, I'm going to be having a blast. And it's again, my problem is not the game, it's the business practices surrounding that. To everybody that's actually working on this, to headcanon, I think they said stealth is on there too.
Stealth is headcanon. They're basically one and the same.
Right.
But Christian Whitehead, I've not seen it. We'll talk about that in a second.
Yeah. It's like all of that. I'm fucking stoked about. Like, I know that he's been wanting to work on Sonic 3 and Knuckles for a long ass time, and I'm excited to see like. It's cool that we are getting an official widescreen version of that. We have Angel Island revisited, but I've been waiting for Sega to kind of step up to the plate and actually do something with this game again. It's the first time in like the better part of a decade that we've actually seen an official release for this title.
Mm-hmm.
I am very interested in this mode that's just like, hey, we're going to string all of 4 games together like it's just one big journey, and like as soon as you're done with one, it just leads right into the next. And I think that they're even making those animations like tie into that too. I'm excited for the animations. I went on a tirade in our DMs earlier. I'm just like, I don't like treating the animations like they're not a big part of the price tag. Like the amount of work that goes into those, and I think the amount of love and atmosphere, or just the charm that those can bring to an adventure. I can't imagine Sonic CD without its opening and ending like animated cutscenes. I want to see what they can bring to the table with the other games too. Like, that's really neat, and I feel like that actually might help add some really good stuff to these experiences. Shit, like I don't know if you guys caught it, fucking Knuckles in Sonic 1. Like, we can do that now. That's crazy. It's first time that's happened, I think.
No, the mobile port had that.
Mobile.
Did the mobile ports do that?
Yeah,
I think so. I mean, I also say like, if they do have like a consecutive mode where it feels like one big adventure, that'd be sick. I feel like that would definitely justify things a bit more. It would change the experience.
They confirmed that. That's already in there.
Yeah, that's a thing. That
was one of the selling points. Yeah, that's confirmed. I think that's part of the anniversary mode.
The whole reason we're getting those cutscenes is to tie the games together.
Where does it say? Where does it say it's all one consecutive thing then? Like,
I saw that in a tweet. I've not seen official confirmation, so we'll have to do a little bit of digging here. Wayne, I am worried you're setting yourself up for a little bit of disappointment. I'm going to assume that they're just opening and closing cutscenes, and that's it. Because what I was seeing there, it looked like it was doing one of those just like a compilation of like what's happening through the game, because it showed us Sonic and Tails flying through the sky and immediately went to the Death Egg robot after that. So I'm wondering if it's just like at most like a couple of videos in this entire compilation, or if they do indeed do it for each game.
And it might be. I thought I saw somewhere that they said that they have like new 2D animated cutscenes for each game, like, opening and outro. I thought I read that somewhere. I could be wrong. Like, even if it's just like a compilation thing, again, Sonic CD did that in a really great way during its credit sequence, where it's just like, oh, here's these little animated versions of the adventure that you just went on. It's just kind of segmented out like that. But and I don't mean to undercut anything that you guys have been saying, because again, I do agree with a lot of your criticisms here. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot here I'm still really fucking excited about.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, I think the animation looks fantastic, but like in our conversation earlier, Wally, like I kind of said, like, the thing about the animation is I personally don't feel like it should factor into the price tag, because for example, we had Sonic Mania come out, and it was a solid game. It had a little bit of animation in there, and it still managed to stay cheap. But then alongside that, we had the Sonic Mania adventures on YouTube. So we weren't missing out on any fantastic animations there, and it managed to keep a decent price point. I think the thing I've kind of been advocating for is that I feel like Sonic Origins should be treated as a bundle, but I feel like Sonic 1, 2, 3, Knuckles, and CD should still be available in their headcanon forms but separately, so that if, let's say, I just want to play Sonic 3 and Knuckles, I don't have to pay fucking $40 for it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be the fairest thing to do is like sell that separately.
But hey, we got Sonic 3, yeah. What am I complaining about?
I'm so perfectly fine calculating the animated cutscenes into part of the price tag. The amount of production work that goes into that shit is.
I'm sorry, but like, why are we now piecemealing like justifying this price? Like, Sonic Mania did all of these things with a brand new game. Video games do this all the time, and they are $20, $30.
Well, so I don't think Wayne's point is to say that this justifies a $45 price tag. I think he's just saying that, like, he's fine counting that as part of the actual price.
I
Yeah,
over and above just moving the mobile ports over.
And part of it for me is just that people undercut the animation all the fucking time. It's like it doesn't matter. It's just I see that's I don't like that comment of, oh well, we got the Sonic Mania animated shorts on YouTube as if it should just be an expectation that those are just free goodies. I've seen what the behind the scenes is like for the animation industry, and is just as grueling as anything else in the game development.
But they're still monetized, though.
What I've heard from you guys, though, in direct arguments about other projects, though, people are already paid before the shit gets out there. So is that a problem that you pass on to the consumer or not?
I mean, I guess you could say that...
Because if they're just not getting paid enough, they're not getting paid enough, period.
I guess you could say that if the game were cheaper, maybe they wouldn't be able to pay the animation stuff or whatever. I mean, my thing is that ultimately, if they're putting them on YouTube, they are still monetized. But the other thing is, and I know that you're very much an animation enthusiast, Wallace, and like I myself really like the animation.
Animator.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know how far that went. Okay, that's awesome. But like,
he literally posted his animations in our group.
I have a bachelor's degree in animation.
I'm sorry.
I need to commission you for some shit there. Actually,
okay, well,
I need openings for my shows.
That's the only reason I get this passionate about this shit is because nobody takes it seriously.
No, but okay. So what I'm going to say is, when people heard that there was going to be a compilation collection of new Sonic games, no one was excited for it on the basis that it could have animation in it. Like, no one is buying it for the... I mean, maybe there are some people out there, but the majority of people picking this up are going to be buying it to replay some classics that they probably played in their youth or whatever. Or maybe it's to introduce kids to the franchise, in which I do think the animations will be quite a good hook for them. But I can understand why some people might be... Like, I would rather have it at a lower price point and not have the animations because I just play Sonic for playing the games, you know?
So what you're
I
saying...
personally love the animation, but like, I don't know. I feel it's another piecemeal issue. Like, but I get your frustration in that, you know, people don't take animation seriously. And yeah, okay, I know you animate and stuff. I don't see every animation you do, okay? I don't.
But you're... I mean, I'm saying, like...
I haven't been present enough, I'm sorry.
Your personal connection a little bit aside here, like, what I'm saying is, like, the final product, like, that price point doesn't really reflect or compare when you know, have other games out there doing similar things, especially without... I mean, just bluntly, they didn't have to do as much work for this as they've had to do with other... even smaller 2D games, you know, like I can't justify $45 for this.
Well, my thing is that it's like, so reason I bring up the animation the way I have is the way that it has been described to me is that there's more animation here than, I mean, we keep bringing up Sonic Mania. It sounds like there's a lot more going on here than there was there, animation wise. Part of it for me is that I would see that almost as in the same way. Did we not all bring up the way cutscenes were handled in Sonic Colors Ultimate? And how we would have expected those to be, like, possibly reanimated and re-rendered and redone for that. And I've heard people bring up the price tag as a part of that. What I'm saying, though, is that these should not be discounted as legitimate parts of the experience the way that they sound like they're being incorporated. It's just the same to me as any, like, baseline cutscene that would be animated any other way. It's just, I think I think a lot of consumers just don't. It's like in one ear and out the other when it comes to these 2D animations.
I mean, like the thing is, it's a similar thing to Colors Ultimate, but like it's different requirements. When Colors Ultimate was being announced, I remember a lot of people saying, "Who the fuck asked for music remixes? Who asked for cosmetics? Who asked for a rival rush when we could have had a better remaster all in all? When that focus could have been allocated elsewhere." Now, obviously, those are different departments that handle those things, but obviously, there's funding that could go elsewhere. It's a matter of management, and I can understand maybe someone having the perspective of who asked for additional animations for the Sonic Origins collection, and I'm seeing like some folks in the chat saying it makes for a complete experience.
It
Was
wasn't a complete
Sonic
experience
1
prior to these games, man. Like,
yeah,
what
was Sonic 3 and Knuckles not a complete game with the existing sprite animations it had? Was Sonic 1 not? And I get it, it's elevating the experience, but it's like, maybe I would appreciate if the elevation of the experience were focused into a different category. But I think at the same time, that might be partially just, I have a fundamental disagreement with what they've chosen to focus on, but maybe that's okay. At the same time, you could say I've got a logic because these are games that are very much famous for their gameplay. So I guess I'd like more to interact with, and I'd take that over new cutscenes. At the same time, I don't want to slag them off though, because I really like the way they look. It's
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and my thing is, I'm not trying to justify a specific $45 price tag. I personally, the $45 price tag doesn't really bother me. It's like Trey is bringing up a good point. It could be reflective of the fact that maybe stealth and of how much stealth headcanon and the animators were paid up front. It's possibly that they're just getting better about paying their staff, and then the higher price tag just kind of goes to reflect
I
that.
think you're
I've
being
heard
way
one-
too generous to Sega. I
I've
think you're
heard
being far
one
too
other
generous to
thing
Sega.
though. I've heard one other thing, and that's that maybe the high price tag is because of the deal they've made for the Michael Jackson music.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, Pup. I mean, just I think it's very telling that we have a separate like classic music pack there. I don't think enough people are talking about that. You guys are not getting the classic music if you get the base experience. You're not getting that. I promise you that.
Also, I did just find confirmation on the story mode thing. So I just posted the screenshot of that. It's from a Famitsu article, so it is in Japanese.
Oh, perfect.
But
I love going to Japan to figure out what the fuck this game's giving us.
Yeah, no. So I'm
Become a Sonic.
I'm going through their I'm going through their thing right now to see all their stuff, and like, yeah, the mission mode is just as bullshit as Pup is explaining, but the story mode with new animation specifically for like bridging those games is mentioned here.
I think it's going to be a singular animated thing. So as much as
And
we're
that
talking
might-
about the animation, I really don't think we're getting that much. Honestly,
This is
guys.
all just a speculation thing, though. Like
Yeah.
I was saying to Wayne earlier, what I thought it was going to be is like, okay, you select which game you want to play, and when you're on the menu screen for Sonic 1, if you leave it long enough, rather than getting a little gameplay demo, you'd get an animation like we did with Sonic Mania. But it might be that they're utilizing it in different ways. I'm only saying this because I'm thinking from strictly within the Mania box. And again, a lot of people are saying, oh, I'd rather pay more for a better product and stuff. But again, there is a discussion of where's the focus, what should the focus be on. It's a lot more nuanced than that, I feel.
So
but
people
I
are
mean,
telling me that the classic packs for Spinball 3D Blast music, which is still fucking bullshit. But
yeah,
fine.
it looks like there's a little
Fine.
jukebox. It looks like there's a little jukebox sound test thing, which I think is silly because YouTube exists. But like, if this story mode thing is true, I must say that has elevated my anticipation for this a bit because I think the story mode sounds good.
I
did
so.
have
Can I address the thing real quick?
What's up?
I just, and this is a me. There's a thing that you've been saying a few times, Pup, that I do kind of want to hit, and it's a thing as a Smash Brothers fan specifically. The conversation about X thing is useless because I can get that on YouTube. This is the reason we stopped getting story mode anything in Smash Brothers. This exact argument. Say what you will about like Subspace Emissary, but one of the reasons cited that we weren't getting a story mode later is, oh well, people watch the cutscenes on YouTube. I'm sorry, I have to put my foot down on that one. Just saying like, oh well, I can listen to this on YouTube. Okay, I don't think that's ever a good reason not to include something in a game when it can help with that game, especially when you've got like a parent handing this game to a 4 or 5-year-old, and they might not be going onto YouTube to grab stuff, but they can listen to all of that stuff in the game itself. I think it's good putting things in games, not just relying on other websites to host the shit for you. I'm sorry.
Okay, so I will take that pin and I'll put it in one of my balloons. I'll put it in the balloon that says, okay, the animations aren't necessary because we could just have a Sonic Mania Avengers kind of situation. Because again, we don't necessarily know how that's going to factor in, so pop. But as for the other balloon, the sound test balloon thing right here, I'm just saying, if they've spent money that's going to drive the price up on a fucking jukebox, it's not a big,
It's not, though. That's the thing. I mean, that's what makes me so mad about this. Like, that makes it worse for me. If the jukebox is for Chaotix 3D music they own, music that was just part of Sonic Generations when that first came out, at a comparable price point. And yes, I know inflation exists, but like,
if someone said,
ridiculous, man.
You've got an option. You've got an emulator that can play Knuckles Chaotix. It can play, I don't know, some of the Sega Saturn titles, some of the Master System titles or something. So they could get that in because they can get. They've done it before. They can do it again. Surely.
I did want to ask, just referring to this image that Suris dropped for us with the story mode thing. Because this was something where I was saying, like, they might be trying to drop us some surprises later, and I'm not entirely sure, and the jukebox thing kind of has me thinking they really might. Does anybody recognize that structure in the picture?
Yeah, that's Spinball.
Yeah. I mean, would they... Do you think there's going to be more unlockable games?
No.
I feel like they would announce it. I feel that would be a big part of the selling point.
I think the last time they were willing to give that amount of care to us was when they did the Sonic Adventure re-release that had all the Game Gear ROMs in it.
I just don't understand. Well, I just don't understand why the Sonic Spinball, like, why Robotnik's base, why make a model for that's over the story mode mission screen?
Just making a fun reference for fans. I think that's really all it's going to be.
I mean, what would be okay? What would be quite a neat compromise would be if they kind of had almost like a loose kind of a demo thing for, like, you've got the retro engine which they're using, and it's running off the Sonic 3 version of it, and they recreate like maybe a Sonic Spinball level or something. Maybe just do a recreation of one level from like as a certain other Sonic game. Maybe, as a bonus in Sonic 2, they could include some 16-bit style recreations of the 8-bit zones, but, maybe make them fair in terms of difficulty. But, just little extra somethings here and there. And that's the kind of stuff, I'd take that over a jukebox. I would take that over these silly missions thing. But I get it. It's a different sized animal. It's a pain in the ass when it's like, we're announcing the definitive version of this, and yet there are still opportunities missed,
So I need to jump in here. So Gilly and I had a conversation literally yesterday or the day before, just about Origins and what they could include. And just giving my opinion on it, like, yeah, I do want the animations. I do want all this extra fluffy shit. Like, this is what I live for. This is my expectations of a Sonic compilation. We are ultimately arguing over like what, $5-10? I mean, that's just what this conversation is. I am still gonna pay for it. I'm bitching and moaning mostly at Sega's publishing. I like what I see here, but when it comes to like extras, like what we were talking about, you have to do a lot of work. If they were gonna rebuild anything for like Spinball or Chaotix or anything in the retro engine, that is just more work and time and everything. And if the rumors are true that there weren't that many people working on this game, yeah, at some point you got to be like, we can't put this much effort into not good games. I would have not said a fucking word about a $45 price point if Spinball and Chaotix were in here. But yeah, on the other hand, though, like, and this is again what me and Gilly were talking about. Like, if they had just given us the straight up ROMs, as Gilly had pointed out to me, like, yeah, then you have to build a 32x emulator. Otherwise, you steal it from the fan base, and we've seen how well that's gone over with other compilations. Especially, even just like Colors Ultimate, like that was discovered that they were using fan-made engines and shit like that too. So yeah, there would be a lot of work either way, even just to get like the base like Chaotix or Spinball, and if they had not put that much effort into those games as they've done for these 4 or 5, fan base would have just rioted. Like, that would have been the thing to complain about, and instead of what we're complaining about right now. So, that said, though, man, like what you described, like that is like the most perfect thing I've ever heard. I think that's so genius. Can you imagine going back to Sonic Spinball with proper Sonic physics? Holy
Right?
shit. Or having that
Like,
kind of sprite available in the regular games, that'd be awesome.
Just kind of show what they can do, and it would be awesome if they had like a whole bunch of like alternate sprites that you could toggle on and off. Maybe like go so far as to include a fucking modern Sonic style sprite set. Go so far as to include the Rush ones. Do boom versions, you know? Fuck it. The movie's the big hot shit right now. Strike up a deal with Paramount. It's just, there's little opportunities here and there that they could really, take this to the next level with. And it is just a little disappointing to see that, okay, we're getting something that's still very much, it's staying within its lane. I'll say this, though. Merging all the stories into one is going to be something of a game changer that has elevated my anticipation for this somewhat. And it's funny because it's not necessarily going to be massively new content to play with there, but like, it is going to change the experience. It's going to make it a new game.
Yeah, again, like ultimately my fixation and my anger is what Sega is doing to piece this otherwise brilliant compilation out. I was wanting Chaotix. I was wanting it really, really bad. But the other end of it was going to be, well, if it is going to be these 5, you better not fuck around. Like, you better do something special. If you're going to make it, like, slimmed up, focus up, let's celebrate these games. Do not pull a Colors Ultimate. And I think we're going to be getting a solid product at the end of the day, regardless of how we pay for it.
I am so glad they're not pulling a Sonic or a Mario 3D All-Stars.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah.
They're going in there and retro engineering Sonic 3 and Knuckles, which is
it's
pretty special.
There's issues here, but we have seen worse.
So we came out of this thing a little happier than we entered it seems.
I mean, yeah, we had to pick it apart, but I mean, if you guys want to gush a little bit, I can do that.
I think it does help that like little bits of stuff that had been just kind of thrown around on Twitter. We've got some confirmation on, even though the confirmations are from Famitsu and not translated very well. So there's things like the comment on here that could potentially be playable Amy, but also could just be translation issue. Familiar characters are also available. Well, how much weight is available carry?
I think the fact that like Robotnik is in there tells me that it's a mistranslation.
Yeah,
but of course, if there was a playable Robotnik, that'd be big if true. And do alternate sprites. Give me my fucking Pingus Robotnik.
I haven't been able to run around with Robotnik Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. I would love an official Metal Sonic. Can you? Oh,
like,
God, dude. Like, proper Metal Sonic versus Mecha Sonic? Are you kidding me?
Why did they not include that in the initial trailer? Like, the fact that it's all been tied together as one narrative. They said it in such a roundabout way. They were like, oh, yeah, dash from Green Hill to the Death Egg robot and watch new cutscenes. It's like, if they'd said, we have tied all of the original Sonic games into one game, that would change things. That would change a lot. Fuck. Why would they not say that?
Yeah. I am excited for that feature though. That's gonna be how I play any of these for the first time when I get Origins Collection. I'm just going for that like story mode. I want to run through all of them.
Oh, same here. That's like because I've played these games on original hardware. I've played them via ROMs in multiple fashions, but I've not played a game that threads them together. That's going to be like the one new thing for me here.
Yeah. And it's gonna be fun just because like I've spent so much time recently like looking at these. I think I mentioned that on the stream the other night. And so it's gonna be a fun way to cap off like the my personal retrospectives.
Yeah, I'll give this like a thorough, honest look over here. I do, again, like you take away the distribution stuff aside, I really do like these ideas because what they're basically doing is doing upgraded versions of all the Sonic CD extras, which I think is really cute. Like all these islands, like they did in the. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if there are new animations, I mean, if it's not just like for the beginning and end of the massive compilation, like the story mode, what are we doing with the toy animations?
I was wondering about that too, because I feel like because I remember seeing something somewhere in there where I still saw the old Toei animations, but maybe that's just in classic mode.
Yeah,
Maybe
because they showed that on the website, and they made an odd point of showing that it's still in 4x3, and it's
what if they're reanimating it for the anniversary mode?
I don't think they're doing that.
I don't think so. We already saw. CD
Okay.
I think we'll get
animation.
something alternative. Yeah, like
yeah, we might get like a truncated, because I think that each of these animations would probably be like what 10-15 seconds each, maybe.
Oh yeah, they're not going to be long.
They're not going to be super long. So if we do get one to thread CD into something, then it's likely going to be like a 10-second truncated animation to lead us from Sonic 1 to CD, because we did see that the timeline they're working with is 1 CD, 2, and then going forward. They're probably going to have a little tiny animation getting us from Sonic 1 to the area where, you know, we have a chained planet, and then the Sonic CD intro plays in 4x3, just unchanged.
Unless they
and
don't,
then we
don't
get
bother
the
that, and then not like you said before, they just keep it in the
It's
4x3
already-
version.
I believe it's also been said that, like, and they haven't put this in enough of the actual official marketing. Allegedly, there's a museum in there, so maybe it's in the museum. But here's something: if you want to compete with Sonic Jam, please can the museum be a 3D space?
I want to be able to walk around on the island. I want to be
too.
able to, because like the Spinball Island is a 3D model, the Angel Island is a 3D model, Green Hill is a 3D model. Like, let us just walk around them. I don't. It doesn't even have to be fast. I don't care. Just let's walk around them, not
Unless,
pan a camera around.
what if? Go on. Sorry.
Let me at least give a couple positives here that I have taken away from this real quick. I didn't realize that. It was like, I've been like very much, I think it's like just me trying to not get my expectations up. Like, well, to have some at the start and then some at the end. But if you're booking Ian Flynn to kind of do something with the cutscenes, then yeah, I think you're right. It might just be quick little somethings in between the games. That is plenty for me. That is really cool. And probably more importantly, if the Spinball Island is there, then that means Sally's in there. Sally's confirmed game canon. That's all that matters.
Editor, rip off
Yeah.
the Band-Aid now, Nick. I'm telling you, she
Oh,
won't
there's going to be
appear.
a boss rush.
Yeah, there's going to be boss rushes, but just a thought I had. What if those 3D islands are actually a part of the core narrative gameplay? Like, for example, in the Sonic Boom 3DS games, you'd kind of walk from zone to zone on this little 3D map area. What if that's kind of how he gets from zone to zone? It's a little in-between thing. If you could just walk Sonic over to the next part of the island. That would be kind of neat.
That'd be really
that'd be
neat. Being a negative Nancy again. I mean, you'd have to build in a whole other engine there to get a 3D Sonic moving around.
You could do a very simplified one though. Like, and again, it's a big game studio. I believe that, you know, headcanon were only required to do Sonic 3 and Knuckles on this.
Headcanon's just, I mean, if they helped put this together, it's a very small team that put this entire thing together. I'd assume.
Right,
they would.
okay. I don't know what the limitations are then, but it would be pretty sweet if
It
we
would
did
be
have a little
100%.
The information that we've gotten there has been that it's the Whitehead ports for 1, 2, and CD, but then headcanon, they literally worded it as like headcanon taking full control or something like that of Sonic 3. But in terms of like the glue holding everything together, I don't think we've gotten information on that specifically.
Yeah.
There's one thing that will make me upset if it's not included, and it might seem trivial. But did you guys notice that on the iOS port of Sonic 1, or the iOS Whitehead version of Sonic 1, the soundtrack is different? The audio is really nicely cleaned up. It's clearly remastered and stuff. We don't hear it in like the Sega Ages version or anything like that. I'm really hoping we hear that version of the soundtrack again in anniversary mode.
I get that. It's the little things that matter for these things.
Yeah, I mean, we can see that they're including the Hidden Palace from the mobile version of Sonic 2. Hopefully they get the right music this time, because that pissed me off on the mobile version, but they use like Mystic Cave 2 player. It's like, dude, that song in the sound test, surely that is a no-brainer. Hey,
Yeah.
yo.
All right, yeah, I'm trying to just switch it over to like the positives, like what I was excited for before I saw how they split this fucking thing up. Like I said earlier, this feels like a nice compromise for if they're going to be keeping it as streamlined as it is, like they're, we're getting like the nicer versions of all this stuff, but also like what Sonic Jam put that expectation out of like some sort of 3D something. It's like, okay, well, you don't have 3D control, but we'll give you like a set of 3D islands that you can kind of move around, which is not perfect, but I like that it's there at all. So I am weirdly happy about that. I love it exploring that. I am just going to be moving around that island and watching little animations and having a great old time there. I will say, and this is like the most shallow shit in the world, like what would make me shut up and just like scream and be happy and all this other stuff is if we see proper animation of Hypersonic and Mechasonic. Super Mechasonic specifically. We don't know what that sprite looks like in drawn form, like officially. We don't know what he was originally meant to look like. And I've always wondered if his arms are ball joints or like pistons, like a spring-loaded piston or something. I don't know, and I want to know. I want official artwork of that shit. That would make me very happy.
It's gonna be cool just seeing the studio fucking acknowledge Hypersonic again.
Yeah, 100%. I wish I was more focused on that instead of Sega's bullshit.
Yeah.
I mean, that took over every one of my opinions, because without that, even if I hadn't seen this chart, I would have just been like screaming and jumping and all kinds of excited for this, even if it doesn't have every little thing I've always wanted.
I think it behooves us to say that the chart and the price tag might have left a bad taste in our mouth when talking about the rest of it. Huh?
Yeah, it did. Like, it's, again, that's why I said most of the issues with this don't even come down, from what I've seen, to execution. It all comes down to publishing.
Yeah, I agree completely. But we are going to have to wrap this up soon, because I know, Suris, you weren't even anticipating to be here as long as you have been. I do apologize for keeping you as long as we have.
It's completely okay. If it was not a day where I also had to like work on the house and also stream and also try not to die from sickness, I'd be okay.
Fair enough.
We do have a small update from KT/Mini Kitty from Twitter if you guys want to take a quick look. I don't think it's anything we haven't already discussed, but it's just worth a quick look over. The main thing that can be of note is that it definitely is the Taxman versions of Sonic 1, 2, and CD. And it's digital only, no plans for any physical release as of current, but I think we'll be getting a plus if this does well.
I think so,
Which
too.
would be sick. Give us Encore mode for all of them. Like, that would be great.
If they do eventually do a physical release like they did with Mania. I have to wonder, though, if this reaction here is... I don't know how Mania did on the physical front. Because if it did do well enough, I would assume that would have just been something they put out there. So if they're just putting feelers out there, this might be all we get. I don't know. I genuinely don't know, because they went hard with the collector's edition for a digital only game, and then for the plus version.
I do fucking love that statue.
Yeah, and guys, I appreciate you in the comments. Sally's not in this game. I was just making a joke. Since the Vago Fortress is in there, that means Sally's inside of it. Even if she's off screen, she's part of game canon. As far as I
might not be here, but we know
she's
off screen, but canon. Rally for Sally. Hashtags.
Hashtags all over the place.
So I guess to kind of summarize my thoughts on it now, like, I still stand by my point. It's money for old rope. But I think if I've been reminded of anything, it's that I quite like this rope. And it's got some sprinkles on it now, I guess. So, hey, cool.
With sprinkles.
Rope with sprinkles. Okay, yeah, hang yourself and feel sweet about it.
Yeah, and I'm not going to pretend like I'm not part of the problem. I did pre-order a $150 limited edition version of Cowabunga Collection, and they're certainly not putting the effort. As there's more games there, but they're just ROMs. Let's be real.
I suppose it's like effort versus content in a way, isn't it?
Sure.
Like...
Yeah. Quality over quantity and all that fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not going to pretend that licenses aren't a problem there. And I would be completely ignorant if I had said, well, Brian Buxter, whatever the fuck his name is, this is probably if this is the original music in that game, it came at a cost. So
Yeah.
it's fine. I love this. I'm just mad about pre-order bullshit and price tag. So that's me.
What about the free NFT? You looking forward to that?
God damn it. Yeah. Anyone have any other thoughts, or should we go through our super chats real quick?
I think we should just go ahead and knock out those super chats.
Okay.
All right, let's get up. And obviously, it's a new group chat, so we can find it. Here we go. So, Otis Small sends $5. I just hope they include the drop dash like the Sega Ages release. Given that it hasn't been mentioned, I don't know, but like Mini Kitty did say that there is some more news to come. So
somebody grabbed a little bit of footage, and it looked like, I mean, we didn't see it confirmed, but like while he was in the air, there was like an extra little bit of animation on there. Like that has to be the drop dash, right? I'd be surprised if it wasn't in there.
How are they going to deal with it being in 3, though, I guess?
I mean, probably the same way they did with Mania, though, right?
They didn't have it available when you used the Insta Shield, I don't think.
Yeah, it's just a toggle.
I would say
it'll probably be anniversary mode has drop dash and classic mode has Insta Shield.
The easiest way to do it is just make it so you tap it for the Insta Shield and hold it down for the drop dash. I don't know why that's rocket science.
Or just utilize the larger amount of buttons that modern controllers actually do have. That's
No.
Crazy idea.
No. What do you think this is? Sonic Heroes? Get the fuck out of here with that.
I forgot we were still in Balan Wonderworld.
Yeah, you got me there. Yeah, that's ultimately like the easiest thing to do. Put it on a different fucking button. We don't need to pretend we're Eugenock anymore. Then we got Jerome, Makala? I don't know how I'm saying that correctly, but either way, thank you, Makala. £2. Sonic 1 dash CD are free on mobile TV. Need chaotics. Yeah.
So if you play them on Apple TV, technically, yeah, you can play them on a TV. I guess.
I mean, I can't get that thought out of my mind about Spinball. That's such a good idea. I always wanted that with chaotics.
Playing on Apple TV.
I don't know. But yeah, I would love to see a chaotics that's modded to only have one character, or completely ruin the whole point of the game. I'd be fine with that. But yeah, that's my thoughts. Anyway, you're up next.
Next one we have is from Aki Dave for $1.99. The Sonic news broke my neck from the whiplash. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
it was jarring. We also have that Jordo with $6.90. Nice. This game is as amazing as it is bull. The only thing I hate more about this deluxe TM thing is that I'm going to buy it anyway. Thanks, Sega.
Like they put like a blue ball farting out of poop.
The thing is, he's not wrong, because I just now pre-ordered the standard edition.
God. All right. Well, your turn, Pup.
It is indeed my turn. Okay, so Black Yakuzu 94 sends $2 and says, "Unleash playable Amy, Sega." I mean, would it be so hard? They got a sprite set for her. You just got to add like a little jump ball for her, and then you're good.
Would you want her without the Pico hammer though?
I mean, better than nothing, right?
I mean,
how hard is it?
You would have to design like a whole new like state machine just for her.
Yeah. We're worried about having a map, but suddenly you want a Pico hammer.
Yeah, dude. I mean, they made that in advance, and I thought she was pretty fun. I think she gets way too much hate. I really like playing Amy. The couple times, literal, was it like 3-4 times?
Look out, Amy! This guy's gonna play you.
Rally
Nick's
for
already
Sally,
married to Sally.
but I'm
I think
also
she's safe.
lamey for Amy.
She's 12. Read the fucking super chat.
Just had to go make that weird. AKA Shonen gave us $10. Thank you.
Yogurt mail.
Suris.
Next one is from Otis Small. Thank you very much for the $5. The cutscene animations remind me of the in-game cutscenes from Shantae and the Seven Sirens. Not very high quality, but still good. Well, okay.
Oh, hang on.
What do you mean not high quality?
Hang on.
No.
Wonderful.
Are you
gorgeous. This was gorgeous. Both of those
They look
games.
great.
Are you
Both of
slighting
them.
my my wife?
The
I
one from
think
Seven
Otis-
Sirens was done by fucking Studio Trigger.
Yeah, okay, so here's what I think is happening. I think
Oh my
Otis
God.
is conflating the low frame rate of the animations in Shantae and the Seven Sirens with quality. And no, the low frame rate of those cutscenes, that is literally just Studio Trigger style. Watch anything they've ever done. That is a stylistic choice, and it is wonderful. It is very high quality and very good, and so worthy. I will fight you. I will fight you.
And
Yeah, come correct, Otis Small, you boy.
as always, Otis, watch how you're talking about my wife, buddy.
We also have Aiden F with $5. Blame the horrible chart on Wallace and Gromit's Monkey Games on Monday.
Monkey game.
Fucking monkey game.
Fucking monkey game. Had to chase a baboon around for ages.
They have their own inside joke that we're not privy to, Suris. So
Yeah.
Isn't it the Monkey Island game?
no.
No, it's not
Nope.
Monkey Island.
No.
No. Oh,
Okay.
Sony
I left them to
sends,
their own devices while we were building Legos, and I came back and they're screaming about monkeys.
Oh, okay.
and we were doing Republican Plankton as well. But anyways, Sony's come in with $2.79 Canadian. Zavok is the secret unlockable Origins character.
Always and
Not to
forever.
mention, don't forget though, he's very tied to Shadow's history. If
I
you know,
would-
you know.
Damn.
I would love if they retconned the Zeti being an offshoot of the Black Arms. I would love
I
it.
thought
I
you
would
were about
eat
to
it up.
say you
Wait
would
a
love
minute.
if they retcon the Zeti into like Angel Island. I was like, Nick, what are you doing?
Actually, Nick, I don't hate that idea.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
I don't hate that idea at
It's
all.
not
That actually,
impossible.
Nick, you got another super chat here from Otis.
Oh, thank you, Otis Small, your boy 420. Nice. I mean, the actual in-game cutscenes before bosses.
those
I mean,
are still good.
What?
Are
Oh,
those
by the way-
are they still images?
Everyone in the
No,
everyone in the chat, it's my birthday tomorrow, so can we get some birthday super chats, please?
Oh my
happy
God.
happy birthday to Pup.
Is it your birthday tomorrow?
Yes.
Yeah, but the day after
Oh.
will be Sunset City Day, and that'll be the day after my birthday, so we can celebrate it then. It's fine, you all forgot.
Ha.
All right, guys. I think that's gonna do it. We just had an emergency episode because we really wanted to talk about this. We will be back on Friday, probably with redundant conversation points. You have to deal with it. It'll be fine, and then maybe
we just talk about someone
We'll
else.
be less angry though. It's fine.
It might be.
It'll be a more
it-
balanced conversation.
It might be a more casual one. I really want to pick your brain about road trip ideas. That might be fun.
Road trip. Whoop whoop whoop.
In the meantime, though, guys, if you do have any questions that you want us to pick apart by Friday, I mean, get them brewing. We'll stream. That's not a word. We'll brew over all this stuff. We just want to give our initial reactions, and we'll see in a couple days. But until next time, toot toot.
Oh, these birthday messages are making me happy, man. They're making me happy, man. And we got Aki Dave with the 199.